Hey, welcome again to Lawn Care with Daryl. We're going to take another look at our Project Lawn and see how it's coming along. Okay, so just want to look at what we'd had done so far on the Project Lawn and what we did. So we planted the GCI, Cool Blue, Turf Top Fescue, and Kentucky Bluegrass mix. We have planted that at 10 pounds per thousand. We put the starter fertilizer down at the time of seeding, and we used a Carbon Earth X-Start with an NPK of 8, 24, 4. The 24, the phosphorus, good for the root growth. That was all part of the using the starter fertilizer. Now, they recommended a rate of half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. I went with double that rate because my soil sample showed it extremely low. My soil sample showed that I had 1.6 parts per million of nitrogen, and the optimal is 7 to 8. So basically I had no nitrogen. And the phosphorus for the root growth and the root development, I had 1.07 parts per million, and the optimal range of that is 5 to 11. So I doubled the dosage now because of my soil sample. So I don't recommend that you do that. You need to look at your soil sample and decide what you may or may not do a little differently. Now I doubled it, and I needed to. I then also applied some liquids. I applied the RGS from the Greene County Fert and the Humic 12 liquid from the Greene County Fert, along with the Tenacity, the Mesotrione at 1 teaspoon per 1,000. Now the RGS, I did 6 ounces per 1,000. The Humic, I did 12 ounces per 1,000, and I mixed all three in a tank, sprayed it, and did the entire yard at that rate. Then started watering daily to get it to germinate. You saw that. We did a video about showing the germination. So we had germination in 4 to 7 days. What next came, about 2 weeks post-seeding, I put down some more fert. Now, probably could have put down like a balanced fert, like a 10-10-10 or something with a quick release nitrogen. Push the growth. You want to push the growth now while the temperatures are good in the fall to really get the plant growing and boosting it right, get it going. This is the optimal time to grow the cool season lawn. I, on the other hand, decided to use Milorganite. Now, it's a little more forgiving. I'm still learning with my spreader. That's one of the reasons. It is a slow release fertilizer, which is not necessarily optimal for this time, but the main reason I added it was it's a 640 NPK. A bit more phosphorus again, instead of adding another starter fert app with the high phos. That took care of that. But I also did it because it has iron in it, and I wanted to add color pop. I wanted to get the color a little darker. So I applied that at 3/4 pound of N per 1,000, and that was about 2 weeks ago. And now we're 4 weeks post-seeding, and the grass height is about 3 to 4 inches. So it was time to do the cut at about 1/3, and I did cut it down to a little over 3 inches right now. And it was its first cut. It loved it. The thing was, though, the grass was wet. We had heavy dew, and generally I wouldn't have wanted to cut it when it was that wet. I tried to let it dry out some, but the yard is quite shady this time of the year because the sun is lower in the horizon. So the decision is sometimes you just have to do it. I went ahead and cut it when it was damp, not optimal, as I said, but we were expecting rain, and I'm sitting here right now, and we've got close to a ½ inch of rain today, so I needed to get it cut. I had already stopped the irrigation 3 days prior to cutting it for the first time, and the soil was dry, but the grass blades were wet. Again, not optimal, but hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. What's next? Well, I want to add another ½ pound of nitrogen now at week 4 to keep pushing the growth. And this time I will probably go with a balanced like 10-10-10 fertilizer, something with a faster release. We're getting close to the growing season slowing down to boost that growth a little bit more while we can, and to keep pushing it. Then after that, we'll do one last app, what is commonly referred to as winterizer. Now, winterizer generally is a high nitrogen, high potassium, the K, in the bag for the root growth. And that is really a blast of heavy nitrogen late in the season, just before the ground freezes. The reason you do this is because you don't want the turf to use it this season, but you want it in the soil for next spring to get a jump start when the weather kicks in next spring. So one more quick app at a 10-10-10. That'll be this week. And then in our region, generally the winterizer will go down Thanksgiving weekend. So we're still a ways away for that. First week of December. That's right when our temperatures hit right before ground freezing. That's what I've always done in the past, and it's always worked out good. So let's go over there and take a look at the lawn, show a little bit of the video of the first cut.
Messing around, calling all you freaks and nerds. You're just missing what you want. My brother's going down the drain, my sister's living the dream, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone.
So again, thanks for joining us this week. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Share it with your buddies, pass the word around, and join us again next time when we show you yet more progress on the Project Lawn. Thanks again.